our regularly scheduled time of a Saturday moment. It is a dreary and gray Saturday. We got a couple of surprises in store today, but I am super excited to meet you at the end of this week. And being able for us to just come together under our meiotic moments, the series that we're in, and just be able to heal and grow and be great. Now, as you can see, I have two people here with me. I wish you would put down your device though. Can you put your device down? Thank you. Sorry about that. So I have two people here today. Um, these are my youngest children. These are my babies. So I have two young adult children. I have one teenager, one teenager, and these are the ones that I still like. These are my baby children. They were begging to come on today, to come live. This one, she often puts up a fake phone and pretends that she's having a moment. And she talks to the screen like I talk to you guys. And she has, I guess, a beautiful moment. So today we are still in a moment of harmony, but we're going to have a little bit of kingdom and beautiful to start the moment off because they asked, and we'll get some more structure around it to see if they want to come back for some things. Again, I want to say welcome and thank you. I want to first have a couple of shout outs before we get into our meiotic moment today. See, that's why you guys, we need you guys on the tripod. You're not even going to be able to be in the screen the whole time. Um, what was I gonna say? So we have a couple of shout outs before we get into the moment today. Remember, guys, we have to be serious. You're playing. You need to sit down, stand up. Okay. They won't be here long, I promise y'all, because we're gonna really get into our moment today. But a couple of shout outs. I want to first give a shout out to the Cultural Restoration Project, CRP. They had me and my partner in Shine out for a shine session, saying that quickly, a moment of harmony in person. Okay, it was amazing. Shout out and much love to all the Imani Village residents who are tuning in today, who may have never seen a moment of harmony. These people are normally not on it, but definitely welcome, and thank you. The entire experience with everything that you guys are putting together was extraordinary, revolutionary, and so very wonderful. I'm excited to be a part of it. You're about to leave. Okay, discipline. We're very excited to be a part of it. The second thing is, let me see, what did I want to say? Imani Village. Oh, Baba Akili. I wanted to give a shout out. You know, we got some people just told us that they watch, just that they're watching. Anytime someone tells us that they catch their moments and I don't know it, I want to give you love and light. Thank you so much for tuning in and being an extreme supporter of the moments. Okay, now we're going to give these couple of little people a couple of minutes because they're obviously getting antsy. Thank you. Peace. We're going to give them a couple of minutes and they're going to get out of here so we can get into this moment, okay? Today we are on our meiotic moment number 18. We're going through the 42 laws of Mayat. We're on law number 18 and we are moving through. We're on law number 18, and the 18th law of Mayat is we don't read and we don't read out loud. We just focus and do our best, right? It's all love, light, and liberation on the moment of harmony. Yeah. So I have not been an eavesdropper. That's our meiotic moment. We can get a little bit of weigh-in from these little people, then they're going to get out of here because they don't know how to do what they got to do today. They're getting all types of distractions. Okay. So are you in? Can you see? Maybe you should stand. Let's do it this way. And then come this way. There we go. There we go. Look. Let me back up. There you go. Look at this person. Okay. So you guys are going to quickly answer a couple of questions. And then you guys are going to get out of here so mom can finish. Again, I've allowed us to have a beautiful moment of harmony and kingdom so that we can... A beautiful moment. You were the first thing I said. So that they can get a taste of the moment. They're always begging, Mom, why can't we come out and talk to people? Why can't we see? Why? Whenever I do my moment, the house has to get very quiet. Everybody has to get pretty chilled out. And so I let them come on this one Saturday moment. And maybe in the future, like I said, we'll have more extended ones for where the little people's voices can really be valuable. But right now, we're just letting them do a check-in, and then we are definitely going to get into a real live moment together. So I have not been an eavesdropper. Now, quickly. An eavesdropper, peace. Everyone is saying hi. Look at all the love you guys are getting in the chat. Hi. I have not been an eavesdropper. Now, an eavesdropper is someone who is ear hustling. You heard of ear hustling, right?
No.
Listening, trying to listen to what somebody else is saying, listening to somebody else's conversation. And these laws are from the 42 laws of Ma'at. You know that we study Ma'at.
Yeah.
And they come in about our ancestors telling us that this is not a great thing for us to do. To be our best and most fundamental and most phenomenal selves, we don't want to be like really trying to listen in on other people's business. We don't really want to do that. And so today we are talking about why that becomes a detriment. Can you stop it? Why that becomes a detriment to our spirits and our development and our character. So I am going to be talking a great deal about that today. But I did want you to be able to share, you guys both, to be able to share about the eavesdropping, okay? So our ancestors say, I have not been an eavesdropper. Normally, when we do that, it's a proclamation at the beginning of the day. I mean, it's something that we proclaim. We say we're not going to do it. And then at the end of the day, when we go to bed, we say we did not do it, right? We declare a declaration that we did not do it. So I will not be an eavesdropper. When you start the day out, before you get to class, or before you leave for the day, you say, I will not. This is you talking to your higher self. This is you setting expectations for yourself. I will not be an eavesdropper today. And then you get ready to go to bed and you say, guess what? Guess what? Guess what, universe? I have not eavesdropped today. I was focused, I was disciplined, and I built my character. Are you focused and disciplined right now?
Yeah.
Comment. Okay. So talk to me. Why do you think someone is asking how old you guys are. How old are you?
5.
5 and alive. How old are you? 10 and Zen. There we go. They're 10 and 5. They are the youngest of my crew. They are the babies. They're my babies. This is my baby boy and my baby girl. And again, like I said, I have 2 young adults, 1 teenager. These are the ones that I still like. Okay. I keep saying it until Lovely watches this, and then I'm in a lot of trouble. All right, everyone. Tell us really quickly before you guys get out of here, and then I go ahead and finish this moment. Tell us, why do you think our ancestors said we shouldn't be eavesdropping? We shouldn't be ear hustling in on people's businesses. Can you share with the people, why do you think that's not so great for our spirit, for our spiritual development, for our growth, our greatness?
Because that's disrespectful.
Oh, it's disrespectful. Peace. Thank you. Good morning. Yes, yes, yes. Special guest we did. So it's disrespectful to just be like in people's listening and trying to hear what somebody. Do you do that at school? Like when Treasure or Halo and them are like talking, are you trying to like pretend that you're playing with blocks and then you're really listening to what they're saying?
No.
Oh, okay. What about you? Why do you think our ancestors said it's not great for your character really to be like eavesdropping?
Independence.
What is that? Hey, we can't hear you in YouTube land. Independence? What does that elaborate?
Be by yourself.
What? He's there. You think that they said we shouldn't be listening into what anybody else is doing because we need to be by ourselves?
Yeah, in people's business.
Right. We don't need to be in people's business.
Yeah, independent.
Oh, okay. So then this is the question that everyone's saying good morning. Say good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
It's still morning.
Good morning.
Okay. So, we independent from other people's business. Okay, we need to be separate from people's business. Got it. Do you, Kingdom, when you're in school and like Trayshawn and like all those like,
Trayshawn.
who is it? Kayshawn? Who's in your name? You know, the people's names that you mentioned, okay? Your friends, when they're in class and they like joking and laughing, you like trying to listen to what they talking about even though you should be like working. Okay. What about me? Do y'all eavesdrop on mine? Like when I'm on the phone with Auntie or I'm at work and I'm on a work call, are y'all trying to listen to what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can tell y'all the 3 last words that she said on the phone.
Don't do that.
But when I'm sleeping and I'm in the room and you're in the room talking to Auntie, I can't hear you. And I can still hear you on the tablet because you're talking to somebody.
Okay, you can hear me, but you're not trying to hear me. God bless you. You're not trying to be like, what is mommy talking about? Okay, so none of y'all have ever eavesdropped. You've never tried to listen to what somebody was saying. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. I never listened to Lovely.
Look at all these disciplined folks that's never tried to listen. You never tried to listen on somebody to be like, are they talking about me? Are they saying something about me? You never tried to do that either.
No, I did that one time because I heard they really talking about me.
Okay, you did it one time, but our ancestors say we want to grow out of that, so we want to make sure that we're focused on the inner voice, not focused on outer voices. Got it. Okay. Do you guys want to share something with the people about the moment of harmony? About because you guys like lived inside of harmony, so
Yeah.
y'all kind of have like the best types of moments of harmony.
Yeah.
So, did you want to share something about a moment of harmony for y'all exit stage left?
Yeah.
And I get into my moment. Okay. What'd you want to share? Come on, come on. Go ahead, say that real quick.
So, how do we be nice? Is we share, we be kind, share with other things and be nice and play with each other.
Okay. All right. What about you? You want to share a word of kingdom, real quick? A kingdom original. Kingdom is always dropping wisdom around the house, so I don't know why he's freezing up on camera. But come on, a kingdom original, and then y'all gonna exit up out of here because mommy has a real moment to do. Like I really gotta do it. So come
Yeah,
on.
my mom really got to do it.
Be
really
real
good.
to yourself. That's something that I realized in 5th grade. You just gotta be real to yourself.
Be real and be loyal. Is that what you said? Real or loyal?
Real.
Be real with yourself and be loyal. I love it. I love it. All right, guys, this has been a beautiful moment with Kingdom
Goodbye.
and Mommy. And we're going to get into our moment. So these little people who have been wanting to come and share a moment for so long have shared a good 12 minutes. And we're going to let them go about their Saturday until
Goodbye.
until I join them at the end. All right.
Goodbye,
I
peace.
love you. Peace out. Peace out. Thank you, guys.
Love you, Mama.
Love you, precious. All right. We're back. All right. We obliged the children. We gave them a moment on a moment. Bars. We gave them a moment on the moment. Thank you all for being so kind and patient with the little ones as they are learning and growing and expressing themselves and getting all up into the world and being a major productive part of it. Again, just really quickly to get into my shout outs because I was with the little ones. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting all situated, but they were all over me. So now I'm getting all myself together. Sorry about that. But really quickly, just again, shout out to CRP, the Culture Restoration Project. Rich and Shy for having us out, all the work that's being done in Garvey City, but just all over the, I would say DMV. There's, the world is doing work, but in the DMV, which is right where we are, super grateful, always excited to be a part of the work, be a part of the good work, the necessary work. So healing and bringing up our people, growing them, empowering them, elevating ourselves and each other always. So super duper grateful for that. Could not shout them out enough. And again, many thanks for all of you guys here on A Moment of Harmony, giving love and support, love, light, and liberation here. Love and support to anyone that tunes in, DMs, send messages, keeps the moment moving. The moment is definitely moving. I am beyond grateful. We are in week number 18, law number 18, as you heard the little people discussing. I have not been an eavesdropper. Couple of disclaimers, right? Because I know there's going to be some, from the workshop that we did last week, there's going to be some new individuals on the live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I said, the little ones are normally never here, but I'm super excited that you got to see them today. And again, let me move my Kleenexes, and because I get very physical up here, get very expressive. Okay, I gotta move. So shout out to all of that. Oh, for those that this is their first time being on a moment, those that are maybe the Imani villagers, and anyone else that was recently introduced and might be new to A Moment of Harmony, here we are all about growing into our greatest and grander selves. Love, light, liberation, like I keep saying, and just keep developing and growing, but finding a practicality in it, finding gentleness, kindness, and camaraderie, and growing and becoming your highest and greatest level of self, greatest level of operations. At this point, we've been on the YouTube platform for about a little over 2 years. We started out on Facebook platform. As the numbers grew, we grew our platforms and we have moved. I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. You got me here on YouTube. And I definitely am here to just help, love, grow, and be a complete wholeness wellness practitioner. I am a wellness practitioner and a community advocate. And I'm just in love with the work that I do, which means I am in love with you. So thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A Moment of Harmony has had a number of what is it, series that so far. I used to could just run down the line of all the ones we've done previously. Now I can't because they're so long. But I can just go out that we've done an affirmation series, a declaration series, a matter of moment series. Trying to remember everything. We've done a praise break. We've done magnifying moments. We've done, listen, the series have been going. We've been just doing course after course of growing and learning and being great. And we now are at a meiotic series, which is us going through the 42 laws of Ma'at. So, with that being said, whatever you subscribe to when it comes to your spiritual practices or your religious beliefs, love and respect to you. I am just praying that whatever it is you're connected to heals you, grows you, and helps you heal and grow others. Okay? I am always coming from my point of reference, which is cultural perspective, a perspective of African spirituality. And so I use Kemetic spirituality, or I use those spiritual practices throughout much of what I do, as well as the history and the culture of us, both on both in America and on the continent. All of those scholars, all of those greats, all of everything that came before me, I use, or I am motivated and inspired to work with or continue the work of. So you will always hear my point of reference. You will always hear the greats that I love, Nana Patricia Newton, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Like, you'll hear all of the work, but I am always sharing the work for it to work for you. So do what you need to the work for the work to work for you. Okay? Because I am but a vessel and a conduit, an educator and a healer by mission, by trade, by blessing. So I'm so excited for us to get in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have been going through the 42 laws of Ma'at. We are on law number 18. We are on week number 18 of this journey. And boy, has it been a journey. We, again, like the children talked about, we are in the week of I have not been an eavesdropper. I have not had my ear all in places it shouldn't be. Our ancestors are talking about this being a barrier to our cultural, or to our, yeah, well, cultural, but also to our spiritual growth, our expansion of self. Being any of all of these are laws of civilizations, laws of growth, laws of becoming. And so when our ancestors are saying this in the 42 laws of Maya, I have not been an eavesdropper, it is saying, like, when it comes to your character, when it comes to your betterment, when it comes to your improvement, these are the things that are going to discourage you, distract you, hold you back. And these are some good things to work on and focusing on to move around. So here in A Moment of Harmony, we practical tools, practical perspectives in order to help us move from things that might seem to be social norms in what is dysfunctional or counterproductive, culturally counterproductive society in that way. Move from these cultural norms that we don't normally see as a really big deal or a hindrance to our growth and development, but really be able to see them for the hindrance that they are, to be able to grow out of them and to grow into a better point of self, a better level of self, because that's the whole reason we're here. We're all here for supreme leveling. We come here as teeny little babies. We are developed and grown in this society, and the point of it all, Anthony Hamilton, the point of it all is to grow to our highest supreme level of being. We are all one with the Creator. I don't have on my Jianyama earrings today, but we're all one with creation, and we are here to grow and develop and to the highest level of self. Shout out to Casey, who always talks about the physical realm, because I did say this the wrong way last time, but she talks about, and I think last week actually, but she talks about the physical realm being soul school, conditioning of your soul. We're here physically to condition our soul for its highest level of operation and supreme beingness. It's the point. To get to the highest point is the point. To get to your greatest level of self. And so we're all working. This is what we're here for. This is why we're meeting people, magnetizing energies. Just continue to learn and grow. It's the don't beat yourself up. Growing and learning is what we're all supposed to be doing. So good job. A plus. Okay. So I have not been an eavesdropper. Now, let me get comfortable because I want to get into this, okay? I love getting into the ones that seem super simple. They seem so simple that people are like, I don't eavesdrop, or what is the big deal? Because again, we always talk about how things can get lost in translation as time and life and cycles change. So as things move from one point of reference to another, we might be like, this doesn't apply to me. Like, how is this even a thing? Excuse me. But then we miss the spiritual focus and highlight of the law that transcends time, space, and energy. This is what growth and development is all about. Those key things that just transcend time and space. That no matter what, you're not going to have to reinvent the wheel. You are not going to have to be lost. You're not going to have to be confused, because the lessons and the blueprint have been laid before you. The foundation, the bricks have been laid for you, and you don't ever have to worry about, do I understand this correctly? We're all going to be here to journey through what was given. And on all walks of life and all different levels of religions and experiences, we have these things that we have to work through. Whether you believe in, you're working through commandments, or, you work through a surah, or whatever it is, the husia, whatever you're going through, and you're getting life lessons and you're getting guidance, spiritual guidance from whatever walks and works of life you choose. It all is going to require all types of translation, right? It's going to require you to be able to put things into a proper perspective for growth and development, for where you are today. And so that's what I want to do. This is why I've taken on a moment of meiotic moments in a moment of harmony, because I really believe that all of the laws are so extremely brilliant and relative to today, but they can definitely go over our head if we're just caught up in the language. And I'm saying, let's intercess. Like, let's get up in it. Let's work it out, and let's allow what has been given to us to grow us. Okay? So, have not been an eavesdropper. The first thing when we talk about eavesdropping, again, like y'all heard me explain to the children, eavesdropping is just being listening in on or recording a conversation without permission or without invitation, something, listening to something that really is you are not a part of. And again, it may seem like a small thing, but you heard Beautiful say earlier, she said, sometimes, because they were saying, they don't eavesdrop, we don't eavesdrop. But then Beautiful said, sometimes I do it because I want to hear my name, or I want to hear what they're saying about me. And so there are all types of reasons why we find justifications for some of the behaviors that we take part in, or some of the things that we agree to be a part of. And I want us to be honest about that. I want us to be like, yeah, this happens sometimes, or I do it for these reasons. Because until we can navigate through the reasoning, until we can become clear on what it is we're actually doing, we can't undo it. You know what I'm saying? So no worries, no shame. But eavesdropping being defined as that some conversation recorded or listened to that you do not have permission or invitation to be a part of. Why is that so detrimental to our development? Why is that so detrimental to our growth? Why is it so dangerous for us? Here's why. We talked a little bit ago about I will not close my ears to the truth. We were in a previous law. I would not close my ears to the truth. And we talked about the power of all five senses, but how hearing was has its own unique powers, right? Because you can hear things before you can see them. You can become aware of something long before. So if I'm in my bedroom, we use this example, or we use an example similar to this before. If I'm in my bedroom and something is happening downstairs, I cannot know it because I cannot see it. I can't know what's happening if there's no sound. But I can be in my bedroom And if there's noise downstairs, know that there's something happening because I can hear it. I can hear, you can hear before you can see. This is those of us that were in our mother's wombs, which was all of us, hearing her voice, learning her voice. Hearing becomes a super bionic superpower for us as far as learning life, experiencing life, and navigating through life comes. Being safe, being aware, being conscious, hearing becomes like one of the first most valuable of our senses. Now, we don't ever, no one wants to be without any of their senses, right? Many people who had COVID and couldn't taste, and you know what I'm saying? No one's trying to be without any of the senses. They all serve a valuable purpose. But we talked previously about the divinity in hearing. You can hear things often before you can see them. You can hear things that you can't see. This means that things you hear are more real to you often than what you see. Following? More often than not, things that you hear are more real to you than what you see, or more important, or more, let's see, what is it? Prioritized as far as relevance and reality than what it is you actually see, which means hearing is very divine. And that is why they had the law that said, I have not closed my ears to the truth, because what I hear becomes such a greater part of my reality, even more so than what I see. Okay? I don't need to see that something fell downstairs if I heard something fall downstairs. Okay? We sometimes can begin to prepare our bodies, our nervous systems, and our mind for what we hear. Loud noises, airplanes, train sounds, dogs barking. We could never see it, but we will react and we will move to it. So hearing things that you weren't intended to hear. This is getting back to our law. Hearing things that you weren't intended to hear can lead you to a reality that is not intended for you. It can lead you to an experience that is not your experience. It can lead you to internalize and to exude an experience that wasn't yours in the first place. So worry that should not be yours, stress that should not be yours, fear that should not be yours, confusion that should not be in your circle. You now have consumed it audibly. You have consumed it in frequency. And now it is a part of who you are when it was never intended for your ears in the first place. Here is the main part of like hearing things you weren't intended to hear. Because we went through the definition of eavesdropping, and we said, when you are eavesdropping, you are listening in on something that you do not have permission or invitation to be a part of. You don't have permission or invitation. Now, many of us have been at work, right? Have you ever been at work? My job can be pretty high tech. Have you ever been at work and you go to get into a file or you go to get into a folder? This week I was in a training and I was directed to go to a certain folder, and it said you do not have permissions or you do not have access. The reason I did not have access is because of what I was getting trained to do, I had not yet done in my job, and it was not a part of my job description. So in the training, I didn't have access to the stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing, right? So when, say, access is denied or you're not supposed to be, this is not a part of what I came here to do. This is not a part of what I get paid to do. And my job does not require me to be a part in this area at all. Therefore, I do not have permissions or access. Now think about when you do get a promotion or you do get added responsibilities, like the training I went to this week. You do get added responsibilities and they say, oh, go in and request permissions. Or your supervisor may go into ITCD and be like, hey, let's go and request access. So having premature access to things, having unnecessary access to things, Having unwarranted access to things really proves out, or in a lot of ways shows out to be a great distraction and of great disservice to what you actually came here to do. So being a part of conversations that you weren't invited to, being a part of oration, we're talking about the power of word and voice, the influence of word and voice. Listen, this is before social media. Everything was a word of mouth, word of mouth, word of mouth. The word of mouth is such a magnanimous power of creation, of being, and of manifestation. So I speak it as it is, so I say it, it does. This really helps me to get my point across and paint the picture that I want you to see. What I am able to orate, what I am able to say, what I am able to convey becomes my guide for anyone around me, right? It becomes how you communicate and relate to what it is you're a part of within my life. So if the power of oration, whatever is being spoken, you were not invited to, and you don't have permission to be a part of, you have now made a counterproductive reality for yourself. Because what could be spoken could be a reality for someone else and a lie for you. What was just spoken could be a serious. Have you ever heard people say, like, if it doesn't apply, let it fly? Or, you hear someone give an instruction and they say, everyone that's such and such needs to go in this door. But then they look at you and they say, but you don't go through that door. You go in that door. And you just like, why is everybody else going through this door? You don't know what's being set aside for you. You don't know what is being, what is it called? Y'all, this perimenopause, child. What is it called? Customized. That's the word I'm looking for. What's being customized for your mission and your role. And if you are so busy listening to the instruction, if you are listening to the oration, if you are listening to the direction of someone and something else, you could miss your own direction. You could miss your own oration. You could miss your own. And you could put yourself in a predicament that is not yours. The baby said it today. Why should we eavesdrop? Beautiful said, because you need to mind your business. You need to mind your purpose. Excuse me, your purpose is heavy enough. Your purpose takes focus enough. Your purpose is going to require enough of you that you should not be in the purpose of other people. You should not be in the business of other things because you have a direction on your life. So, understanding the power of hearing, understanding the divine ability, the superpower to hear, the superpower to find instruction, guidance, and light in sound. Once you are very clear on that, you are so careful about what you listen to music wise, TV wise, conversation wise. People can't even complain to you once you understand the divinity and the painting of your reality from the oration of others. You would just be like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear it because I don't want to be a part of it. Isn't that what we always, da, 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 da. Don't tell me nothing. If I don't hear it, I don't know it. Right? We always say that. And they say that in like crime movies and mobster movies. Like, whatever, however you got that money, don't tell me about it. Right? Because once I hear it, I know it, and I'm a part of it. A lot of us are a part of a lot of foolishness. We're a lot of propaganda. We're part of a lot of propaganda. We're a part of a lot of distractions. We're a part of a lot of low vibrational, distractional circumstances and situations because we so busy want to hear what somebody else is doing, what somebody else is dealing with, what somebody else is saying. And it is being counterproductive to the elevation of our spiritual self. Remember when we talked about Maya, we talk about lighter, when we talk about the balance of judgment, of how you lived your life, of how you transcend into the afterlife or into the ancestral realm. We talked about your heart being light as a feather. Light as a feather. So then you go on and through this life and you go on and pick up things that are a weight on you. And now you have to deal with your weight and the weight of others and the weight of hypocrisy and the weight of patriarchy and the weight of capitalism. You got to deal with all the weights of these things because of where you are lending your ears. Shout out to the doc. Where you are lending your ears. I have not been an eavesdropper. If you don't have permission or an invitation to weigh in with thought, this is how we weigh in with our thoughts, other than verbally communicating. The other way to weigh in with thought, right? If you do not have permission or invitation to weigh in, to connect your life to something else, it probably is not meant for you. And it probably is not going to be great for you. So I have not eavesdropping. Here's the other danger of eavesdropping. Eavesdropping normally is heard by people that are whispering, right? Or heard from people that are whispering. Normally when you are eavesdropping, you're on a conversation that you're in on a conversation that you're not a part of, which means you don't hear clearly. Eavesdropping is a reality connection to you that lacks context and clarity. So if you're eavesdropping, you're probably through a door or you're in someone's conversation that's not right there with you. So you're not even hearing things always clearly and exactly. And so you're lacking pieces and you're still putting together a puzzle, a thought frame, an idea, an opinion, even though you're lacking context and clarity. Very dangerous. Very dangerous, very destructive, very distracting. But we're doing it. We're out here doing it. So here's the thing. If someone is whispering, I want to say, if someone is whispering or speaking very lowly in another room, down the street, on the porch, what have you, if someone is whispering and it is low, we're talking about a lack of sound. So I want to talk about sound, that it is audible, things that we're hearing, but also sound as in solid, as in clear, as in focused or right, good, healthy sound. Understand this, whispers lack sounds, okay? Whispers lack sound. If you are listening to something that is not being said to you, and you are listening to something that is not clear, you are lacking context and clarity, and you are forming a clear judgment, opinion, or participation in something you are not certain of. Again, destructive, dangerous, and distracting. Because when things are meant for you, they come through clear. When things are meant for you to understand it, I don't care if it's a symbol, a synchronicity, or if it's a flat out word. If you go and you get a reading, or you go and you get a prayer, or you go to a lecture or a service or a any type of thing that you go directly to hear sound, to hear direction, to hear clarity and inspiration, guidance, right? You go to any type of, a meeting, a town hall, what have you. If you go there and it's not being spoken directly to you loud enough for you to fully comprehend, then you're moving on a half comprehension. Whispers lack sound. Again, more than just sound that you hear, but sound as far as good and solid. Sound judgment, whole and complete. It lacks a sound. And then you are going to take on a part of something that you've heard. You're going to envelop yourself into someone else's oration, vibration, and you don't even know what it all the way is. You don't know where it's coming from. You don't know all the context and components. You don't know the complexities, but you have made it a part of yourself. Not only have you made it a part of yourself, but you have made yourself or created for yourself more work for you to get through, more for you to distinguish. How many of you already know that when it comes to growing and healing and developing, it's already difficult to hear true self? It can be very difficult to clearly hear the creator or hear spiritual soundness, because you have so much trauma to work through, because you have so many triggers to work through, because you have so much stress and all types of other things, anxieties and low vibrations to work through to hear clearly. It can be already hard to hear self clearly, to hear truth clearly, to hear light and right clearly. It's a lot of sounds out. It's a lot of noise. So noisy. The physical realm is noisy, okay? And it can be a lot to work through all of that. Then you're going to go out there and you're going to add on some half clear shenanigans of something else. Did you hear? Did you know? You know what they said? You know what they said? You know what I read? You know what I heard? I watched it. I listened to it. I saw it this morning. Heard a clip. Heard a short. Got an excerpt out of a read, said, quoted. You don't have your own things that you're trying to hear clearly. You don't have ancestors or transitioned loved ones that you're trying to hear clearly. You don't have a creator that you are working daily to hear more and more clearly. You don't have a conscience that you're working to hear clearly. Okay. Whispers lack sound, they lack context and clarity, and they are dangerous to take on and consume. What you take in comes into your physical. It is in your physical, but as above, so below. It is also on your spirit. It is on your mental. And then it becomes what you magnetize and what you exude and what you create. Stop creating shenanigans and fear and frenzy and misinformation and lies. And as much as I don't ever want to quote Agent Orange, fake news. I don't ever want to say anything he says, but some of y'all are involved in some fake news. But it's because you're not understanding the divinity of the gift and the power to hear. So, here is what we're going to get ready to get out of here. But this is why we are having some this is why I think we struggle sometimes with this eavesdropping law. This is why I think this can kind of get in the way of what it is that when we're trying to move forward in self, when we're trying to move forward in direction, we can get distracted with the eavesdropping thing. We can get distracted with the ear to the wall, ear to the street type of situation. And the reason that can happen is because I think we do a lot of lane listening. Lane listening. Harmony Original. Lane listening is listening. You know how everyone say stay in your lane? Listening. Not just, you might stay in your lane, but you might be listening in another one, which means you're not staying in your lane, okay? Lane listening is getting us into some big trouble as a people. It is retarding our process. It is slowing us down. It is keeping us from keeping pertinent and valuable and necessary focuses at our forefront and prioritizing what should be prioritized. We're doing a lot of lane listening. Okay, we all up in everybody else's news, business, problems, situations. We just in other people's places. And the reason that we are in other people's places Are I put up four fingers. Three F's. Three F's. Lane listening is a lack. This is another big reason our ancestors want us to move away from eavesdropping. One, because we just want to lack less. Okay, we don't want to keep lacking a bunch of things. You want to lack less, and eavesdropping is put on the list by our ancestors because it shows and demonstrates a lack in character, a lack in understanding, a lack in development, and a lack of vibration. And these three things you are lacking if you are lane listening. You are lacking focus, you are lacking faith, and you're lacking favor. These are the only reasons. If you all up in somebody else's what's going on, I thought I heard. Did I hear my name? Are they talking about me? What are they talking about? You know what they say? If we're lane listening, there is a lack. Lack less. If you're lane listening, there is a lack, and you are lacking one, if not all, of the three: focus, faith, and favor. So let's get into that before we get out of here. Lane listening becomes so detrimental for a number of reasons. Like I said, have you heard the saying that says, if you have a calling and no one else understands your calling, no one else believes in your calling, it's okay because it wasn't a conference call. Meaning that the Creator did not sit everybody in your life down, did not sit everybody in your circle down, did not sit everybody at your job down and say, this is the mission for Harmony, this is her purpose, this is what I want her to do next. This is what I want her to be next. This is what I want her next season to be about. This is what I want her next manifestations to come about. There's a reason why everybody doesn't know what you need to know. There's a reason why everyone doesn't hear what you need to hear. And that, again, like they said, it's not a conference call. Everybody, you're going to get discouraged and distracted when you are on a mission of self-actualization. But you're wondering if the cue and the call that came for self came through over intercom and everybody knows about it. Lane listening will distract you from a personal call. Lane listening will distract you from your personal call. You're so busy trying to figure out why everyone else doesn't see, what everyone else doesn't know. Again, you're lacking focus, faith, and favor. So here's the thing. Your call, I can't be on your call and my call. My mom does this. It's so funny, right? My mom is an ear hustler. Shout out to my mother. She watches all the moments. Love and light, Mama Rage. She's an ear hustler, okay? She'll do this. We'll be all talking. She'll have a phone call that comes in, or someone will say something to her personally, and she will be trying to talk on the phone and listen to what me and my sisters are talking about. And she'll be like, I can't hear what y'all, or we'll be having a conversation on a whole nother side of the room. I can't hear what y'all are saying. Or she'll get frustrated that a phone call came in for her and that we're still talking and having a conversation. And she'll say, I can't listen to all y'all. I can't listen to both of y'all at the same. She can't listen to our conversation and her conversation. And as funny as that is, because we're like, you should probably go talk to whom you're talking to yourself. You can't be in both the, and you could totally not even, she could not been a part of the conversation in the first place. My mama's a special lady. But it's funny. It's a funny little thing that my mom does. But in real life, what she's saying is real though. I can't listen to your conversation and my conversation. I can't hear you and the Creator at the same time, is what I'm saying. So lane listening becomes very distracting to my call. My call. That's not a conference call, remember? It becomes very distracting to what it is that I'm supposed to be hearing, what it is that I'm supposed to be focusing on, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing. So a lot of times we are lane listening, ear hustling, because we lack focus. We cannot, it's hard for us to be 100% in what it is that I'm supposed to be doing It's hard for me to be 100% in what it, and it comes from many reasons: boredom, confusion, frustration. Some people are drama queens and kings. You know, they live for the energy of drama or chaos. Whatever the reason is that you're so addicted to what's going on outside of you, it moves you away from what's inside of you. And being able to stay centered in self in a world full of others is discipline, is a super major flex of focus. And many of us cannot focus enough to listen enough to hear enough. And then comes the drinking, then comes the smoking or the drugs, the promiscuity, the depression, the eating disorders, the all of that comes in because you can't hear self. And by self, I mean one, Jinyame, you can't hear creator. You cannot hear creation in self. You can't hear how amazing you are that's being told, the affirmations inside of self. You can't continue to be motivated and inspired from the inside of self. You don't have the guidance and direction from the inside of self, the yes and the no, the right and the left, the now and the wait. You can't hear that inside of self. And so you lack focus. And lane listening only continues to create the confusion of a lack of focus. It only continues to perpetuate a lack of focus. Rich Risings, bestie. It only continues to create and perpetuate that type of confusion. And the lack of focus is keeping you continuously in someone else's life, on someone else's status, someone else's calling, someone else's purpose, someone else's season. Our ancestors were brilliant. They said, don't eavesdrop. Don't listen in on the conversation you weren't invited to. Don't listen in on the conversation you don't have permission to. Don't listen in on the directions of someone else, on the instructions of someone else. If you make something in a microwave, you is not going to take the same instructions as when you make it in the oven. But if I'm listening in on what you're doing and how you're doing it and what's going on over there, then what happens to over here? What happens to over here? You lose yourself. You're going to begin to lose yourself. And our ancestors and the laws of Mayata all are about building ourselves, growing ourselves, nurturing and expanding ourselves. They're pulling us away from the loss of self. We lack focus when we're getting into the lane listening. The other thing we lack in lane listening is faith. Woo chow woo. We are listening in on what's about to happen next. It's unknown. Oh my gosh, at work, child. Okay, all that, what they about to do, what they gonna say, what's coming down the chain. You didn't hear it from me, but heard it through the grapevine. A little birdie told me. This is a lot of unsolicited information, or this is a lot of telephone. Telephone is a game for those who are not old enough or maybe just don't remember. Telephone is a game in which a team would get a saying to say, whatever the saying was saying, happy Monday, or I eat eggs on Monday, whatever. It would be a saying, and they would line up, and the person or sometimes there used to be like a fake telephone that you could hear something through, or you could get a card and you could read it. Then the person that read the card whispers that saying to the next person. Then the person then whispers what they think they heard to the next person. And then that person then whispers what they think they heard to the next, till it gets all the way up to the front person. And the game is won by the team member at the end of each team that most accurately expresses what the original statement was. Telephone is a game of lost in translation. And a lot of times we don't know what's going to happen. We don't have faith and what's going to happen. So we would rather take the word of someone or something else rather than tune into the word of self. We choose an else over self, and it is a lack of faith, and it causes so much confusion. So being a lane listener may have you believing that something isn't coming for you because it didn't come for someone else. Being a lane listener may have you believing that something isn't meant for you because it wasn't meant for someone else. Being a lane listener may have you believing that something is not possible for you because it wasn't possible for someone else. You're listening to the translation or the perspective of someone else. And you have a translator in self called spirit. You have a conscience of your very own, and you have a hotline straight to the creator in prayer, but you are choosing to listen to something that someone else read and thought they heard or interpreted it for themselves. And now instead of you walking around in divine or divination, you walking around in interpretation. And wondering why you feel lost, wondering why it doesn't fit you, wondering why you feel confused, wondering why you want to give up, you're ready to break off of it. You don't, that what was said is not even what was, that's not what was said. That's not what was intended. That's not even clear. Okay? Stop playing telephone with your own destiny, with your own mission, with your own purpose. Stop playing telephone with your own guidance, your own calling. Stop playing telephone with your own calling. It's causing confusion. It's causing delays. It's causing destruction on the families, on our psyches, on our ability to develop. Yes, it is through telephone that you heard what the black family was capable of. It is through telephone, and I mean telephone, I mean through Big Brother, through patriarchy. It is through these things that you heard, that you experienced, that you have created as a reality. When there are words in self, there is sound in self, there is communication in self. There is, what is it called? There is proof, actualization in self. And you are hearing it through the perspective of other cultures, through the perspectives of other practices, through the perspectives of other experiences. What's going to work for you? You lack faith for self. You're lacking faith for what you were called to do, what you were told to do, what is resonating inside of yourself. You don't have the faith to fulfill your own self. You're lacking the faith to fulfill yourself, so you don't mind lying listening. Well, you know, they said that if we don't such and such by this time, we're not going to be able to. And you know, they said that the average age for, or the average time for, or the average amount for, or you know, if my mama never did it and my sister never did it, and a lot of saying, what is being said inside of you? You can't tell, you won't know if you're in somebody else's lane. If you're playing telephone on your own call, wasn't like we said about the quote, it was not a conference call. This is a personal message, a DM, a direct message. Don't send me a screenshot. DM, Ashe. Lane listening. If you are lane listening, you are lacking focus. You're lacking faith. You're lacking faith. The unknown is scaring you, so you're trying to get more information. What's going to happen, what's coming, what can happen, what needs to happen, you're getting it from somewhere outside of yourself. You are lacking faith. Things don't look the way you think they should look, don't feel the way you think they should feel. You jump in boat and you jump in lanes. You're lacking faith. And then finally, before we get up out of here, for this moment get too long, you are lacking favor. Focus, faith, and favor. This is what the eavesdropping is coming into, okay? Focus, faith, and favor. You're lacking favor. Here's the thing, and Beautiful said it. And knew you came on, but Kingdom and Beautiful started the moment off with us this morning. Ah! It's my children's godmother is on. They came on and started the moment with us, and they dropped some little jewels. So but love, Beautiful said this. I'm calling out all the names, okay? That I do it all the time. Beautiful said this. She said, I don't really eavesdrop when I'm in school. I don't really try to pretend that I'm doing something else, listening to other people. She said, but if I hear my name, I might try to listen to hear what they talking about me. She said that, right? Child, that is a major reason why many of us eavesdrop. Some of us not eavesdropping because we lost and need something to do. We bored, we out of focus, out of whack, and out of purpose. Some of us do believe we're going to be okay. We're going to go back to praying. We haven't lost the prayer. We haven't lost talking to Creator. What we hear from somebody else is not law. But some of us start to play around with our favor. Whatever you call it. Whatever you call it, in whatever walk of life, you call it protection, you call it anointing, you call it favor, you call it guidance, you call it attraction, whatever you call it. Talking about coverage. Okay, we're talking about elevation. We're talking about priority. As you prioritize yourself, the universe prioritizes you. Okay? Favor. A lot of us get caught up in the eavesdropping because we heard our names. We heard somebody said something about us. We heard somebody said something about something we're connected to. So we think that now we got to go. Ancestors say, I have not been an eavesdropper. Not but I heard my name, but in case they talked about somebody in my house, in case they talked about something I'm going through, I didn't eavesdrop. And when the water cooler was talking about Diddy and them, I mind my business. But when they started talking about my divorce, or when they started talking about my children, they started talking about my car, my shoes, I got involved. No, no. It's saying don't get a part of it. Because if you got favor, if you're covered, you're not worried about what somebody else is saying about you. I don't care. You that chick when you cause all this conversation. Just the giggles about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to giggle about it because I have favor. I know that you walk different with a bulletproof vest on, right? I'm not worried about the small talk. I'm not worried about what you think and what you're saying because I understand that there's an anointing on my life. I understand that there's a purpose in my passion. I understand that there is a push in my promise and that I have things to do. And two things I can't do at the same time is me and you. Two things I can't do at the same time is me and you. I can't be on your call and my call and be clear. Ashe. I can't be on your call and my call and be clear. The only way for me to be comfortable on your call is for me to ignore my call or to not think I have a call or to not be listening to my call at all. Cat in the hat, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Seuss. No, that's the only way for me to not pay attention to what's being said inside and more about what you're probably kind of more likely, maybe sort of what away saying about me over on the outside. Because I heard my name, I switched lanes. No. Because guess what? I heard my name first in creation. I heard my name first in manifestation. I heard my name first in destination. So you're repeating. You're an echo. Don't be distracted by an echo now. You hear your name in one place and walk towards it when really it initially was called somewhere else. Some people saying your name because they see it. Some people saying your name because they hear it. Some people saying your name because it's a big deal. You've been covered. But I'm not walking towards a parrot. when the words come from me, when the word comes from creation. I am not going to get caught up having a lack of favor because I'm so busy trying to translate your hate. I'm trying to figure out why you feel away, what you saying, what you thinking. I don't have no time to translate hate. I can't save the world. I can't be on top of my game. I can't rule wisely. I can't grow, manifest, heal, create, and manage your hate. It's an echo. Let the echo be the echo. But you only will go that way if you lack the understanding of favor. I need to know what you're saying about me only if I don't think it's more important to know what creation has destined for me. What I know. There's a song I love by Marvin Sapp. He says, people were laughing, people were talking because they knew my problems, they knew my pain, but I knew God would take it away. Shout out to Marvin. Mr. Marvin Sapp. But he has that song that says that. See, y'all have an understanding. People who are talking about you, people who are creating a low energy around your name or vibration around your experience or your reality. See, they know a physical reality. They know from the ground, like an ant at a picnic. You see the picnic beneath the blanket. Your perspective is not important. You know a version or so you think, and that's why you're talking about it away. But what I know, see, I only get caught up in what you know if I don't know better. I can only get caught up in what you know if I don't know better. Or what you think you know if I don't know better. See, but I know about the anointing. I know about the coverage. I know about the favor. I'm in it. So what I know is about a lesson I know in this season. I have faith in the favor. I have faith in the favor. So I cannot get caught up. And again, I heard somebody said something about me. Girl, you know what they said about me? You know what they said about us? Guess what I was over there. I was getting my little water. And then I heard them say, you see Harmony? You see Harmony this? You see Harmony that? I dare not. I dare not. Because I spoke to self before I left. I spoke to creation before I got up in my day. I can't do them and me. I don't lack focus. I don't lack faith. And I don't lack favor. Therefore, I'm not lane listening. I'm not being an eavesdropper. I'm not hearing things that weren't intended for me. I'm not a part of conversations that are far beneath my vibration. Because then, listen, if you whispering and it's low, I got to hear down low. Right? Literally, think about when people are eavesdropping, how they might be here at the door or go down and they go, look how you got to hunch and squinch. And if I got to come down to hear you, it's too low for me to be a part of. If I could have to sneak and placate and pretend to be a part of your conversation, it's too low for me to be a part of. If I have to be disguised. I have to be a disguise to hear what's going on. Guess what? What is meant for me comes to me clearly. What is meant for me to understand comes to me clearly, pops up in a dream, comes in through a song, is reaffirmed by a loved one in a phone call or a message. I don't have to squint, get a magnifying glass, get a detective, a PI. I don't need any of that for what is meant for my ears, my mind, my eyes, my spirit, and my life. The ancestors said you are above eavesdropping. You are above the sneaky behavior. You are above trying to figure out what shouldn't be figured out by you. There are enough things for you to get together than for you to be up in somebody else's get together. Hey DJ, run it back. There are enough things for you to get together, okay? We got to get it together. There are enough things for you to get together, for you to be up in somebody else's get together. Child, let people do what they do. What is for you is for you. So, thank you so much for joining me for this Moment of Harmony that's going over just a little bit long. Thank you all for your love, light in the chat. Everybody keeping it positive and keeping it great. I cannot wait to see you next week for another Moment of Harmony. Same place, same time, same place, same time. Thank you for all the love and support. And yeah, go ahead and take really good care of yourself. Listen, shout out and prayers to everyone in the South that are dealing with the horrific conditions of the hurricanes and natural disasters. We are sending so much love and light. I know we've been complaining about the gray week, y'all, but some people are really having a really, really tough power outages, loss of properties, like loss of life. Pray for each other. Be there for each other. Do something real loving with your loved ones today. Take really good care of yourself. That's what I was getting at. Take really good care of yourself, and then go on out your way and take really good care of someone else. This has been a Moment of Harmony. I love you so much. Join me next week for another Meiotic Moment.